Hey everyone, it's Chris here, and today I'm going to talk about my latest gear purchase, my new camera, and the accessories that I've bought to go with it. So last weekend I made my first gear purchase for this year, my new camera, and that is the Canon M50. And I also bought a few accessories for this as well, which I'll go through today on this video as well. So on my YouTube channel to date, all of my videos so far have been filmed on my trusty iPhone 8, and that's the one that I'm actually filming on right now. And it's done a really good job overall. My filming setup up to this point has actually been very simple. It's just been my iPhone 8 and I've just had a little tripod that's been sitting on, and I've managed to make that work pretty well for all the videos that I've made so far. But I've been wanting to take my filming to the next stage with some better quality equipment, and so in the last few months I went out and started researching different cameras and looked at a few different models. I was actually just looking at models like the Sony RX100 and the Canon G7X Mark III. They were small, compact and lightweight options that I was considering looking at, but I looked into it a bit more and decided that I wanted to get a camera that I could have a few more features on, and that was including interchangeable lenses and just a few other additional features like being able to put external mics on it and improve the sound quality of my videos as well. So that's why I ended up landing on the Canon M50. I'd watched a lot of reviews and read quite a few reviews about this camera, and it just seemed to have all of the things that I was looking for. It's not overly heavy, and it gives me a lot of features that I was after that is going to suit what I want to do for the next stage of my filming and photography. So I've only had this for just over a week, and I'm just sort of getting used to how it all functions and everything that it can do, and it's going to take me a while to learn just exactly how to get the best out of it. But you know, it's all part of the fun of experimenting with new gear. So I intend to take this out on my next hikes that are coming up this month, up to the Alpine National Park and down to Tasmania as well, and give it a good test out on those hikes. I'm not going to do a technical review or anything of this. There's plenty of other reviews out there that you can go and check out, and that's exactly how I went and did my research for this particular camera. So in addition to the camera itself, I went and bought some accessories for this as well, and that includes a few things which I'll take you through now. The first of those is an external microphone. The one that I went and bought is the Rode VideoMicro. It's really lightweight, and it's what I thought was suitable for this camera. It just clips onto the top there and basically allows me to get better quality audio, and it's obviously got the dead cat on there just to cut out wind noise, so that I stop having situations with windy days like I was having with my iPhone, like these. We're up here, it's getting pretty windy up here now. I haven't quite made it to the summit. I've done some testing with that so far to just see what the sound quality is like, and it's definitely an improvement from the microphone that you have on the iPhone, so I'm pretty happy with that, and it's a nice easy setup to carry around with me. So in addition to the camera and the mic that I've got, I've also bought a new tripod to put this on, and the one that I ended up getting was the Joby Gorillapod 3K Pro. Now this is probably a little bit bigger and heavier than I was hoping to get, but the reason I ended up going with this one is basically because it's got the compatible plate here for the Arca Swiss system, and it means that what I've been able to do is buy another piece of gear, which I'll talk about in a minute, that allows me just to slide my camera in onto this plate, and it's compatible with that. The ones that were sort of lower models than the 3K Pro didn't have that same system. I was really hoping that there was a 1K Pro version of this as well. That would have been ideal, because this one's just probably a little bit big and bulky for what I really wanted. But having said that, it's a very sturdy setup, and I'm hoping this lasts me quite a long time. So yeah, it would have been great if there was a 1K version of this Pro, just that it would be that little bit smaller and lighter, which is what I was ideally looking for. So that's what I've settled on, and you know, look, it's going to be really sturdy. I'll just have to get used to the size increase and the weight increase on this tripod from the one that I had been using up until now. So that's what it's all going to be set up on. It's really good in terms of just being able to set this up anywhere. Obviously it's got all the flexible legs so that I can wrap this around tree branches or fence posts or whatever it might be, and it gives me a lot of flexibility with positioning this when I'm out filming on my hikes. So that's the new tripod that I'm going to be using from now on. And then the final piece of gear that I've bought as part of my new camera setup is this, the Peak Design Capture Clip V3. Now I just love this little piece of gear. Essentially what this does is it straps onto the strap of your backpack, and it allows you to carry your camera around basically on your chest, so that you've got really easy access to clip and unclip your camera so that you can take shots really easily. And I've just been sort of testing out how that goes during the week, and it's just a really good fit. You hardly get any movement of your camera swinging around as you're walking, and it just works so well. So it's just a great design. Basically just is in two parts here, and that just goes on either side of the strap and just tightens up. There's actually a couple of extra little screws that come with this as well if you've got thicker straps, which I use on my bigger backpack. Yeah, this just works really well, and I've been really happy with it so far. I haven't been out on a full hike with it yet, but I'll definitely be testing that out when I go on my next couple of hikes. And then that comes back to the reason why I decided to buy the 3K Pro Gorillapod tripod. Basically, as I was saying, it's because of the compatibility of the plate here. Basically on the camera, you've got the plate that screws onto the bottom there, which is the other part of the capture clip set, and that actually clips into the capture clip, and it's the plate here that's actually compatible with the plate that's on the 3K Pro tripod. So that was the reason I decided to get that particular one. The other great thing about the positioning of the plate on the bottom of the camera is that it doesn't actually interfere with the opening of the latch for the battery and SD card, so that all works really neatly. So there you go, that's the new gear that I've bought, my new camera and the accessories that go with it, and I'm really looking forward to using that for all of the videos that I'm going to be making from here on. As I said before, I've got 2 hikes coming up this month, which I'm really excited about. I was actually supposed to be going up to do the Mount Bogong hike next weekend. What I found out when I looked into it a bit more was that there's actually a big event up there next weekend called the Conquestathon, and there's going to be a ton of people, day hikers and trail runners all over the mountain that weekend. So I've actually changed my plan about when I do that one, and what I'm doing instead is doing the Mount Feathertop walk, basically from Mount Hotham down to Harrietville. So I was going to do the Mount Feathertop walk in May, or April or May, and I've decided to change that one with when I was going to do the Bogong walk. So that's going to be really good. I'm hoping that the weather holds out for that one. I'll be doing that as an overnight hike and camping up at the Federation Hut campsite. And then in the last week of March, I'm heading back down to Tasmania and going down to the south end of the overland track and exploring the area in around Pine Valley. So heading down there with my mate Clarky, which is going to be really good. And again, hopefully we get reasonably good weather for it, but you just never know what you're going to get when you go down to Tassie. So thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel yet, hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell symbol as well to get notified of any new videos as they come out. And I look forward to seeing you out on the trail next time.